Hey, church. Today is day number 2 of our 28 days, and I'm excited that you're still with us. It means today we're in Acts chapter 2. Such a great pivotal chapter in the book of Acts. It's the beginning of the church. It's the coming of the Holy Spirit. It's the first sermon after Jesus ascended, and it's just a great chapter. So if we continue off yesterday, chapter 1, Jesus has ascended into heaven, and the disciples have went to the upper room to wait as they've been instructed. And so 10 days later, after the ascension, the Holy Spirit comes to this room. And there's about 120 people. You have the 12 apostles and other friends and people that have been with Jesus. And they're there. And all of a sudden, it says a wind starts rushing around the room. And all of a sudden, everybody starts speaking languages. Now, these are real languages. And so what happens is these 120 people from Galilee, these kind of farm boys, these rednecks, instantly start to speak different languages, real languages. Some speak Egyptian and all these other languages they would have never known. And it was the power of God coming through them. And it was such a power of God that outside of their window, the town started together because they heard all these languages. And we see starting in verse 14, Peter kind of looks out the window and he sees this crowd and he addresses them. He starts to preach to them. He starts to explain to them what has happened and who is Jesus. And through that, he quotes the prophet Joel. He quotes David out of the book of Psalms to show them that the coming of the Holy Spirit was to prove that Jesus was the Messiah. And so that's why we kind of have these Old Testament quotes in the middle of this book, and he does a great job. But my favorite part is verse 37. After he makes this huge explanation of who Jesus is and using the Old Testament to show that he was Messiah, he offers an invitation. He offers something. They heard all this, and then he says they were cut to the heart. And he said, what then shall we do? You've heard this message. You've heard this thing about Jesus, and now you're cut to the heart. There's one more step. Just to hear about Jesus isn't enough. It's that relationship with Jesus. And so he gives what we call today an invitation. He offers them to accept Jesus, and they do. And then we see from verse 42 on, the church starts. We see the first beginning of all these Christians come together. Thousands of people, the first mega church, the Church of Jerusalem, comes together. And it's just an amazing time. And one of the neatest things that this chapter reminded me of as I was reading it was that I think even myself, I think of a lot of Christians, a lot of times we feel that we're in this world alone because we think of Jesus maybe as the church building or what we do on Sunday or what we do on Wednesday. But the reality is, just like the disciples, we have the Holy Spirit living inside of us. Jesus left so that he could send his Holy Spirit with us. Jesus even tells the disciples right before the Lord's Supper that it's better to have the Holy Spirit in us than Jesus next to us. As Christians, that's the type of power that we hold. We hold God's power inside of us. So today, church, Christians, anybody that's watching this, if you know Jesus, you're not doing life alone. Life has struggles, work has struggles, families have struggles. But remember, you're not alone. The Holy Spirit resides in you if you love Jesus. Guys, I'm so excited, and I hope you continue to do this, and I'm so looking forward to day 3. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.